been a while since you've actually seen my pretty face. Been exceptionally busy. I will try Thursday to put the camera in my old van. The old van's running great. Still backfires once in a while, but man, it is so nice to be able to go somewhere and not have to borrow one of my son's vehicles. And it is just fine. I've just got to have my youngest son. He's having surgery on his hand, and when that's done, he'll go ahead and we'll clean the throttle body unit on my van, and everything be fine. Saw my best friend Jerry yesterday, and I've got to take some measurements. I was going to take the back seat out and put a bed in there, but I've changed my mind on that. And what I'm thinking on doing, once everything's exactly like I wanted on the old truck, then I will probably get one of those blow up mattresses. I've got to measure to make sure I've got enough room to do that, and set it up so that my wife and I, if we want to go somewhere and use it as an RV, we can. It's not a standard. Just a second, folks. It's not a standard Econoline van. It's what they call the Club edition. It's like really fancy, or it was in the day. It's a 1994 Ford Econoline van, but it's got less than 120,000. I think it's got like 114,000 miles on it. No, it doesn't. It's got 112,000. But anyway, at breakfast this morning, I was talking to my buddy Joey Lahan. He's who Linda sold her goats to. We had a good conversation, but I was telling him about the van, and I said I'm thinking about turning it into an RV. He said, man, it's not even broke in real good yet. And that is the truth. It really, it was just neglected by the folks that had it. And we're slowly catching things up. It's got new rubber on it. The air conditioner works fine. My son Nick found where there was a vacuum line off the AC and the heat. And so now when I turn the AC on, it blows all the time, rather than when you're going up hills, it stops. Just a few more little glitches on it, and then it'll be perfect. And then what I've got to do is I'll have an oil change put on it. But I was talking to my best friend Jerry yesterday, and I said, when things get where I want them to be, Linda and I will be able to travel a little bit. And we've been wanting to do that. Just a second. Thought I had a centipede down on the floor crawling. Cecil the centipede died. He escaped from his enclosure, but it's just a string. I'll pick it up later. But today and tomorrow I need to be working on my website. I haven't touched it in a while. I've got all the information on my desk. Somewhere I do. Dadgum. Well, what did I do with it? I'll figure it out, folks. Let me look and see if it's in this little notebook I've got here. The notebook I should be carrying is in the... No, it's not in here either. I'll get around to finding it and using it. Sorry about being discombobulated in here. I've got quite a bit going on right now, and always have quite a bit going on. But I've been, like I said, really busy. Anyway, the old van's doing real good. I enjoy the fact that I can drive it again. Is that it? I'm sorry, folks. I should have done all this before I ever came in here. I didn't. I just put my new microwave oven on the counter and the old coffee pot on top of that. I also have the box that came in needs to be put out in the dumpster. We've had that dumpster here for about 2.5 months. We keep calling. They keep not answering the phone. And I will not let them overcharge me for it being here. We've tried getting a hold of them. My son has. And it's still sitting out there. I want it gone. I've been doing some really deep thinking on a lot of things. I bought the movie Civil War. It's by a studio called A24. It is not for children to watch. It is not for the faint of heart to watch, but I do encourage adults to find a way to watch the film. It gives some anecdotal evidence, I guess you'd say, of what could happen in this country. Now, I'm going to make a statement that I've made before, and I'm going to make it again. Your view of politics is no reason to denigrate someone. It is no good reason to pick fights with someone. It is no good reason to basically just stir people up. It's not. All the major nations that have fallen, including the Roman Empire, they have done so due to political division. The Greeks did, the Romans did, and I dare say we're heading in that direction. There are those of you that love Donald Trump. There are those of you that absolutely hate Donald Trump. There are those of you that love Joe Biden and those of you that consider him an idiot. I'm going to try to stay non-political on this channel. But what I will say, the lack of civility it's got to stop, folks. After World War II, when the GIs and the women that were in the armed forces came home, there was a baby boom. And I was born right after World War II, as are many folks. And they call us baby boomers. But there was civility then. Everyone was so thankful to be out of that horror that was World War II, that they did a great rebuilding, and the people clung to one another and helped one another. Now, I'm not saying that's not going on now. I mean, it is. I had to go to Walmart twice yesterday, and both times I witnessed people being kind to other people, which made me glad. It gave me a warmth in my heart. I've also seen people be rude to one another, and that's not called for. It just isn't. Yes, I go armed all the time. My friend Joey that I saw at breakfast, he wears his on his hip on the outside. I wear mine in this under my bib. It's a 45. It's a very powerful handgun. It's not really to protect myself as much as it is if I see someone else being accosted, I will stop it. Especially if I see a police officer or an emergency medical technician or any of the service people out there, including military. If I see someone trying to hurt them, I will resolve it as quickly as I'm able. It's like I have told several of the local police here, you know, if I'm there and someone is really getting the upper hand on you, I'll shoot them off of you and then face the consequences if there are any. I'll give you a for instance. Yesterday, the second time I went to Walmart, my son Bo, he has a channel called the Shoba Boys on YouTube. But I drove by there and there was a massive wreck. Massive. There were actually two wrecks there right close together, which is really weird, and they weren't involved in with each other. I found this out later. The first wreck was a guy trying to turn left off Highway 7. He was eastbound on Highway 7 trying to turn left and get on Sunshine Road, which is an intersecting road on one side. And what happened is a semi-tractor trailer rig slammed into him. They transported him by ambulance to the hospital in Sulphur and he died. I don't know the guy's name. He was a lot younger than me. He was like 56, I think, or 55, something like that. But I've been praying for his family. And then there was another wreck involving, I think, a couple of semis. But the highway on that side was blocked off. I haven't been to Walmart today. I don't intend on going. I tried to get all my stuff done at one time. But coming back home, I was going to try to just go west on Highway 7 until I got to Davis, because I had some things I had to do in Davis. And I got to the wreck, and they were turning people around to go back to another intersection at Chickasaw Trail and go right there and go into Davis from that direction. But anyway, I slowed way down. There was a service truck in front of me hauling some kind of a trailer. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't a semi, but anyway, he pulled up and there was a deputy sheriff and a highway patrolman, a trooper out there, and I could hear the guy getting loud with the two law enforcement officers. And they responded professionally. They did not return the profanity or the loud voices. And the guy got mad and he zipped on around. And I pulled up, rolled the window down in my van, and I told him, I want you guys to stay safe and thank you for your service. Well, neither one of these guys know me from Adam. I didn't recognize the the deputy. I think he was new or something, or I just hadn't run into him. But they both thanked me. See, the thing is, there's no reason to be uncivil to these guys. They're actually, and let me tell you something, someone that spent most of my adult life in law enforcement, it is a thankless job and the money's not that good, whether you want to believe so or not. I will, today and tomorrow, I will, actually yesterday, I reestablished my consulting business. I do have a consulting business. Some ask, well, what makes you so? Folks, I have 2 legitimate PhDs. I'm not ill-educated. I sound like I am. And they're in areas that afford me the opportunity to help people. And that's what it's really about. And I make pretty good money doing it. It's not so much the financial consideration for me as it is, I mean, money's nice, it's nice having it, but it's mostly being able to help someone that really needs it. I don't do it for free. The only person I do it for free for is my best friend Jerry, and that's infrequent these days. But it's a real conundrum sometimes being me and doing what I do. I'm not trying to sound mysterious, but you'd have to walk in my, and I knew I wrote this on my desk in magic marker. I looked down and there it is. So I've got all the information on my desk. Sorry about that. I knew I'd written it somewhere, and I was getting ready after doing this vlog to go back in the house and look in my notebook, but I wrote it down, which is great. I appreciate that to no end. Now, getting back on subject, let me get a sip of water. Be kind to other people. It really works a lot better. That's why I call this YouTube channel Be Kind. Just simply be kind. It's because it's needed. It really is. You need to be as kind as you can be. Now, I'm probably going to post this on both my channels on YouTube. The other one is just simply Tucklone Neshoba, and it's for family and friends, but I'm not saying anything that I won't share on the other channel. What is that? That is the smallest spider I've ever seen. It was hard and crunchy too, which is weird. I just squished it. I keep getting bit. Like that bruise is from something I don't know, but below it right there is where a spider bit me, or not a spider, but a little wasp-looking thing. It looked like it didn't bite me, it stung me. It looked like a flying ant, but it was not a flying ant. It had the skinny thing between the abdomen and then a stinger on the end of it. And I killed that one. That's been a couple of weeks ago. I killed that one, and I still got a bruise where it got me. And then I killed one in the shower when I was trying to shower. When you live in the country, you have insects. That's the best way to describe it. But I've rambled on long enough. I want you to know that if you're watching this, I pray for you, and I do. Know that I do love you, and I do. And like the sign up over my left shoulder says, be kind. And Jersey loves Steph. Keep singing, child. let me tell you something, and this is for her expressly. You can get one of these. It's a Tascam multi-channel recorder. You really don't need a studio. There's also there are also different softwares you could buy that will enable you to do the music and everything all together on your vocals. You're wanting to do that, I encourage you to do it. Well guys, I got to get off of here. I love all of you. I do. I want God to bless you every way that He can bless you, and I really mean that. And I'll put this on my other channel. Got to get off of here and take care of stuff. Bye.